Now, just to return to the Middle East, you saw those comments from President Trump. Now, he vowed to remove Hamas by violent force if necessary. Do you think there he's implying that we could see American troops in Gaza?
Well, it's a good question, Sharri. What I would say is that this peace is not going to be sustainable unless Hamas is disarmed and neutralised. That is very, very clear. And some of the scenes you've just shown, which are quite extraordinary, tell us exactly that. So this is unbelievable.
And it's unlikely they're going to just surrender voluntarily.
Well, and of course, in the 20-point agreement, there is a commitment to a multinational force. And I think in reality, that is going to be necessary. And Donald Trump has said exactly that. Hamas is a brutal terrorist organisation. I know you know that, but it cannot coexist with sustainable peace in the Middle East. It must be disarmed and neutralised. And if it's not, we're not going to see the outcomes we all want to see.
If there is a presence, would you think Australia should join our allies like America, like we did against ISIS? Would we send troops there?
I think the incredibly important piece of this is to have the Arab states enforcing that peace. We know that is going to be the most effective way forward. And what is so masterful about what the United States has achieved here is that they have engaged with successfully the Arab states to be involved in this force.
But
that is incredibly important. In terms of Australia, it's not part of the plan, and we certainly haven't been asked, that I'm aware of at least, to be part of it. But we do need to make sure we do our bit to make sure it succeeds. And I've got to say, Sharri, our government recognising Palestine before this peace was sustainably in place was just completely irresponsible and is not helping to get to the outcome we need to.
What do you think about this hypocrisy of all the aid organisations, most governments being silent on these public executions by Hamas?
It's pretty extraordinary. I know that scene, I saw it earlier today. I mean, to think that Hamas is still doing this sort of thing, we don't know all the details around it, obviously, but that's incredibly brutal. And I think we all want to see the end of that brutality. We won't see the end of that brutality until we see the end of Hamas.
Very quick final question, because we're out of time. Tony Burke says up to 700 Gazans could still arrive in Australia from Gaza. Do you think this should go ahead, given there is now a ceasefire?
Well, Sharri, we've been deeply sceptical of the way this government has brought people in from Gaza on tourist visas. I mean, they claim to have had the appropriate security checks. I think there's real questions about that. And we are going to continue to ask those questions, I can assure you of that.
All right. Angus Taylor, really appreciate your time.
Good to be with you.
Thank you so much.